Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be doing another episode of colonizing the entire solar system. So, if you missed last episode, we colonized all of the Saturnian system over here. So if we just have a brief overview, so obviously Saturn itself looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way Saturn turned out. Actually, it's got a little more land than ocean, but obviously still a nice patches of water around. Minus Enceladus, these two were very difficult to do because they're so small. I mean, it's so hard to really get them to work. But Enceladus is an all-ocean world, so we managed to actually get that to work out. Mimas is the only one that was a bit weird to do. Then we have Tethys, next moon out. So this one had a shallow pot of water, if I remember right. So it may look like it has water on it, but all you're doing is seeing the surface through a thin layer of water. So if we hide the water, there you go. So you can see there is water on there. I mean, for instance, I could change the colour of the water just to make it stand out a bit more, actually. So, I mean, I could have it as a sort of a deep blue shade of water there. You can sort of really see it. But yeah, there we go. So there was Tethys. Next up, we had Dione over here. I think this was a similar story to Tethys. We went for more Mars-like sort of appearance for it. That's what it looks like underneath. Again, the water was covering the whole surface. But yeah, looking good on Tethys, or Dione, I should say. Then we had Rhea. Next moon out, we went with an all-ocean green sort of world here. I don't know why it's 361 degrees all of a sudden. Looks like we may need to cool her down a bit. 300 degrees, maybe a little too warm. So if we look at the zone here, I mean, it's only in the green, so I mean, I don't know how it's figured that one out, but I mean, as long as it appears the way it should be appearing, then that's what we want after all. So yeah, pretty weird how it's I don't remember it being that hot. Games are obviously still a little buggy. Maybe I'll just increase the albedo a bit. I'm not sure that's really going to do much. I mean, I can try and put it to 20. See how Rhea sorts itself out. Next up, we had Titan here. This one looked really cool. So if we had a good view of Titan here, so oh, that one looks so good. I mean, if we go to view and then we go to flashlight, good view of Titan there. I think Titan looks so good. And then looking underneath, there you are. You can still see parts of the surface there, the greener zones. Also, you've got a nice patch of it in the south and this side as well. A little glitchy with Titan's surface map, but I mean, the best you can get really. So there was Titan. And then lastly, it was Iapetus at the very edge of Saturn's reach. So all the way over here, furthest of the major moons. And this one looks really cool as well. We went for a nice green shade of atmosphere. And also some shallow waters underneath as well, giving us that, which looks, yeah, really, really cool. So there we are. But now, moving out into the depths of the solar system. So Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn done the first two, the two big gas giants. Now we're moving to the ice giants. So first up, Uranus's moons and Uranus. So this is going to be interesting. So if we just go back to, I mean, it's probably best we go in directional light actually. But hang on the sun's over there. We need no, not surface illumination. I mean, realistic. I mean, it's a little dark over here, but anyways, let's continue the process. So we need to add obviously some moons first. So we need to replace with the generic Uranus, so we can add the moons like so. There you are. Okay, so there it is. So Uranus is now in orbit. Okay, now we need to simply add the moons to you. So add moons. Voila. Okay, so we should have all of the moons. Also, we can have all of the little insignificant moons as well, so we need to delete all of those. We can do those just one by one actually, because Uranus has nowhere near as many as Jupiter or Saturn, so we can just individually get rid of all of those, because our main focus is just the major moons. So get rid of all of those. Here we are. And then Miranda, so all of the moons closer to Miranda, they can all go as well, as we do not need them. I mean, they're too insignificant. We're not going to focus on those at all, so we'll get rid of all of those. Okay, so we should have Miranda, Ariel, I think Umbriel, then it should be Titania, and then Oberon as the last one. So we've got all of the moons looking good. So there we are. Now, Uranus itself. I'm going to start with you first. Right, and yeah, I think we are going to go to, just go to studio, I guess, just so we can really see everything properly. I mean, directional light's probably a good way to do it. I know the sun's the other way, but I mean, we'll just roll with it. So first of all, Uranus, all of that atmosphere's got to go. So get rid of all of that. So that reduced Uranus down to a pretty generic rock. Remove all the water as well, just so we can start fresh. Okay, cool. City lights will throw you on straight away. Why not? Interface, yeah, I wanted to turn you up. Right. So there is Uranus's new look. So it's just a giant rock now. 2 masses of Earth. I mean, effectively, it's a super Earth at this point. It's not a giant Titanic-sized like the other 2 gas giants, or what used to be gas giants. If we have a look, here's comparison. So here we are. So there's Saturn. There's Jupiter there. So Jupiter's a little smaller than Neptune. Saturn's smaller than the planet 9 currently. And now Uranus is, yeah, I mean, it's not too much larger than the old Earth. So, yeah, we're in the super Earth categories here. So, first of all, atmosphere. Now, this is where it's going to get pretty... now we're a lot further out. Remember, a lot further out than Saturn here. I mean, if we look... We're now at 84 years. We're almost at 20 AU away. I mean, compare that to Saturn. Saturn is around... It's about 9, yeah. So, yeah, we are over double the distance of Saturn from here. So, what we need to do is we need a very, very monstrous-sized atmosphere. So, we're going to go to... Yeah, 1 ATM, as always. 1.1, why not? 1.1 ATM. And no, I need it as the surface pressure, not the atmosphere mass. So 1.1 ATM, yes. Okay, now infrared. We're going to need a lot of infrared here. Atmosphere layers. We're going to need a lot of them. So if we go into the zone, obviously, right now. Yeah, that is... yeah, we're going to need a lot more than that. There you go, how about that? 938, if we compare that to Saturn. Saturn only has... where are we? Saturn is 500. So we're at 500 all the way to that. So that's a big increase. So, Uranus. How are you going to sort yourself out? So, let's let things play out. I reckon if I pull it to 0 degrees, it's going to go to a giant fireball. Ooh, maybe not. Okay. Right. How are your temperature? So if I put it to 10 degrees. See how you cope there. Come on, Uranus. See what you're made of. And what we need to do as well is we need a nice atmosphere to go with Uranus. So we're going to go with its generic, nice, light blue shade. I mean, what Uranus was like before, effectively. So we're gonna keep its nice pale blue atmosphere. Nice. And then maybe we'll have it slightly opaque as well. So it still has that sort of ice giant feel to it. Something like that. Clouds, of course. Yeah, we'll go with... Uranus is always quite a more of a... Uranus has always been a sort of more of a bland planet, hasn't it? I mean, there's not as much... From what we've seen, there's always been less activity with storms and stuff. So I think fluffy clouds... maybe turbulent fluffy clouds. I mean, there's still obviously some storms and stuff going on, but maybe not as crazy as, say, Neptune or the other gas giants. So, there you are, Uranus. What do you think of that? Okay. I think maybe the atmosphere maybe just a little too much. I think the cloud opacity. We could dim the clouds a bit. We should have slightly more in the atmosphere. Okay. 10 degrees. So how's our temperature looking on that? Ooh, 287. Keep an eye on those. Right. So yeah, just those two up there. I want to keep an eye on how they perform. So if I was to put it to 20 degrees, can it hold on to 20? Let's speed up time. Okay, well, we can see, looks like some of Saturn's moons are wobbling around a bit. I mean, I'm hoping that's not causing any... Let's just have a quick look back here, actually. I'm hoping that's not causing any issues. So... Oh, no, Saturn's working fine. Okay, cool. It says it's minus 271 degrees. Saturn, that's a little... Okay, we might have to go and give that some maintenance, some finishing touches at the end of the series, just to try and get that rolling again. But anyways, Uranus. What on you currently? So 19 degrees, okay. 15 degrees. Can you warm up? Can you survive 15, Uranus? Come on. No, it's still cooling down. What about 5 degrees? Still cooling down from 5 degrees. Okay, we need more than that then. So we need to turn our... oof, this is going to get pretty crazy then. So let's continue to increase. I mean, I don't know how much higher we can go, really. I mean... No, it's still getting more. I mean... Looks like 1,000 is the absolute max you can go. So Uranus... Is Uranus the furthest we can go in this new update then? Is Neptune not possible? Can you go any higher than that? I think the only other option is to increase ATM pressure to maybe 2. And see if that... Does that do anything? I don't know. I mean, we've got maximum infrared, maximum atmosphere layers. Is that not enough for Uranus to hold on to? It's still getting cold, 0 degrees. It can't hold on to the temperature. Uranus is too far away from the sun to get any temperature, even with its ridiculous atmosphere layer levels. It looks like Uranus is just too far out to actually receive... So we're stuck at 1,000, but we can't go 2,000. No, you can't. It doesn't let you have it, so... Interesting. If I turn the... I don't know if these options do anything, though, if I turn them up. I mean, look, that's not changing the red zone at all. So the ATM pressure doesn't make a difference. So, for instance, I could have it all the way back at 2, and yeah, it's not... Uranus is not having it, so... That raises an interesting question. I don't think that the moons will be able to support it either. If Uranus can't itself, then... I don't know about the moons. I mean, I guess the best we're going to have to do is just automatically set it at a temperature and just hope for the best, really. Because Uranus doesn't seem to have just receiving enough light from the sun to actually really kick it off. So, okay. Anyway, I'm just going to add some water to it just to see what we sort of appear like. So, okay, I'm just going to roll with that for Uranus. And then down here, I mean, I guess if we can't roll with the simulation running, we may have to just pause it. Maybe that's the issue Saturn's receiving. Maybe Saturn just hasn't got enough going on either. So we'll have to look back at that as well. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff going on. That was a dark and ooh, do I actually know, more of a greyish shade. High elevation, I'll add that as white. Mid elevation will go with the green. Super dark green. Then low elevation I'll go with a more sandy yellow maybe. No, I think that's all sort of buried anyway. All the sandy colours. Okay, something like that maybe. A bit of a... I mean, Uranus obviously has its weird rotation anyway, so it should be pretty interesting. I look like a darker. So they're a less sort of Habitable looking Uranus. There's not so much green going on here, as it is obviously a lot further out than the others anyway. So something like that. Yes, this is a hard one. This is. I mean, if we can't get the temperature as well, that's just going to be a bit of an issue. Maybe if it's a slightly more thick atmosphere at Uranus. Okay, something like that. Oh, it's at 236 degrees. Does adding the water make the difference? Because I know it sometimes does. So 0 degrees. No, it still won't have it. No, that's a shame. That is a shame. 20 degrees. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to roll with that and just we have to do a little bit of pretending to yeah, a little bit of pretending to make it work. But there we go. That is Uranus done. So there we go. I mean, that does save us a little bit of extra trouble, really, if we can't actually do it. But there is Uranus. Okay, so first of the moons, Miranda. Now this is one of the micro-sized moons, so this one is going to be a nuisance anyway. But what we can do is we can still add an atmosphere on. So we go 1 ATM for Miranda. Oh, it's all thickened out. Hey, okay. 100%. Okay, let's lower that down a bit. Oh, it's got clouds as well. Let's go, Miranda. Okay. And I'm just going to... You're going to be an ocean world, Miranda. There you go. And I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'm not going to touch it. As long as it looks the part, then it's fine with me. So... Okay, Miranda, done. Next up, we have got Ariel. And that's good, actually. We won't have to muck around with their mass and radiuses and stuff if they just perfectly set for us. So, again, hello. Right. Surface pressure. Go to 1 ATM. Again, we're going to go all the way up. Infrared. We're going to go straight to 1,000 on here. As best as we can get. I mean, look, the moons. Look, the same with the moons. They're just too far away from the sun to receive any sort of temperature. So, I think Neptune and beyond is going to be a very hard challenge to actually get these to work. I mean, if Uranus is already struggling, I mean, yeah, I don't think we're going to see much of Neptune and beyond, I have to say, which is very, very unfortunate. That's very, very annoying. Anyways, let's add some water to you. Oh, it's losing it. Oh! Damn. Okay. Get rid of all that. Right. So if it doesn't want to cooperate, then we are going to have to do something about the mass. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock the radius. See, this is going to cause serious issues for Uranus's moons because they're a lot closer. So if we start increasing the mass on one of them, that's going to really upset things. So, I mean, Ariel, for instance, if we try and do 0.1, that should be able to make it hold on here. Now, if I add the water to it, is that going to work? Yeah, so there you go. The water's added. But what consequences is that going to have for the other moons? That's the only thing I'm thinking about here. So I think what we may have to do is just a bit of cheeky moon expansion. So we're going to just maybe have to expand all the moons out a bit. Just so that doesn't... Because if we're increasing the mass on all of them, that's going to cause some serious issues. So we're just going to expand the whole sort of Uranus system out a bit. Something like that. hopefully that will make it work a little bit. But Miranda should be okay because it's closer. But Ariel, okay. It's looking quite good, Ariel, actually, if we look underneath. I mean, honestly, I really like the colours that Ariel has. I think that looks quite good. So it's more of a sandy dune. So there we go. I'm going to leave Ariel the way it is. And then we will add some clouds, of course. Where's our clouds? Oi, clouds. There you go. Oh, they are on there, yeah. Okay. We'll go with some thicker clouds. Why not? So there's Ariel. Okay. City lights, yeah. And maybe a slightly lighter shade of water. Make it a little more interesting. And then for you, we'll go with a sort of greenish shade. Okay. Next up, we've got Umbriel. Yeah, it's kind of a shame we can't really colonize them properly now because we're just too far away from the sun to really be able to do it, which is, yes, and that's annoying, that is. Where we're so far from the star that it's actually limiting. I guess it makes sense though, because also if you're not receiving as much energy from the sun, but it's just annoying that it caps the atmosphere layers at 1,000. If you could go to maybe 2,000, 3,000, or all the way up to 10,000 maybe, I mean, that would probably solve your issue. What am I doing? We want ATM, go 1 ATM. Nice and easy. And again, I mean, 1,000, I mean, I don't know how high 1,000 will actually take you temperature-wise, so yeah, it's a bit of a pesky one, that is. We're going to lock that. I mean, I think even with 1,000 atmosphere layers, it's still not going to be... I mean, it probably still sit around -50. It's only in the green zone, so... I mean, I don't think it'll go to, like, ridiculously cold, but I still think it'll be around -50. It's probably a rough estimate. Let's go with a whiter shade on this one. Why not? Lower that down. So, a more frozen sort of looking design for Umbriel. Also, you can add some water on it. So I'm not going to bother spraying water on it because... I don't think it'll work so well in the game, so we're just going to leave it the way it is. This one's got more ocean heavy, a little more frozen looking on the surface maybe as well. Yeah, a little more boring, more of a boring design. Yeah, we're not going to have that. We're going to go with a bit more. It has got a slight shade of green actually. Why not? A little bit of green. Okay. Then low and high elevation we're going to have as white, and then we're going to have this as like a. Oh, that looks cool actually. I do like that. Maybe the green's a little too dominant though. We're going to lower the green down. Somewhere there, I'd say. And then watercolour we could have as a very swampy sort of murky looking world. So how about somewhere like that? I think that looks quite good actually. There you go. So what do you think of that? A more murky, swampy looking design. Maybe we'll go with the clouds. Instead of having white clouds, we'll go with a greener set of clouds. So it does... Ooh, no way. Maybe like a fainter set of clouds. I think I'll lower the opacity a bit. Yeah. Umbriel, what do you think of that? Quite liking the way Umbriel's looking, actually. That's looking good. Put it to 15 degrees. Oh, that really sped up the clouds doing that. Okay, interesting. Huh. Very, very bizarre. Okay. Maybe so... Oh. More of a murky looking green. How's that looking underneath? Yeah, that's a very murky green, but we're going to roll with it. So there's Umbriel. Okay. Right, next up we have got Titania, the largest of Uranus's moons, all the way down here. So, same process for you. So, where are we? Albedo. Maybe the albedo... Hang on, what was Uranus's albedo? Going back to Uranus. We might as well just turn the albedo completely off. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Oh, see, that helped a bit. Look, we're a little closer now, look, because we were here. But like, the albedo makes a huge difference. So if we let it absorb all the light it receives, that may be enough to kick Uranus into gear. Let's see. We'll go to 1 degree. Is it enough? Come on. No, it's still cooling down. Even with no... It has the maximum atmosphere layers. It has the lowest albedo. And it still isn't enough. It's too much. Oh, that's a shame. Ah, damn. Miranda's orbit's looking a little dodgy here. We need to... see Ariel. I think Ariel is causing a bit of trouble. So we need to expand Ariel's orbit. And then obviously, if we increase Ariel, we've got to increase Umbriel, and so on. Got to keep them a good distance apart. If I double it... Maybe if I just double them all, maybe that will help. That'd be a nice sort of boost. And Oberon will double Oberon up as well. So, yeah, how about that? I think that will probably help Uranus out a bit more. I should be able to keep things in here. Miranda's orbit, we don't need it so eccentric, so we are going to lower that. 0.4 there, no thank you. Let's just fix Miranda a bit back there. Should be able to... Yeah, okay, that's looking better. Okay. So again, what we'll do with all of the moons, apart from Miranda, We will lower the albedo. Maybe that'll just be enough. Get rid of all the albedo. So it does help a tiny bit. So it is absorbing maximum light, maximum temperature. Titania, right? So we're at Titania. Okay, maybe we'll do that as Saturn system as well, just to kick a few things into gear. Anyway, Titania. So it's got an interesting colour theme starting off here. So let's see if we can build on that. So 1. That's completely hidden away. Infrared all the way up. Albedo is off. Atmosphere. Okay. So if we have a very dark and murky blue, something like that. What do you think of that? Very, very dark and mysterious looking design. And we're going to lower that down a bit. So it's got some clouds going on there. Going to add some water to it. It's quite hard to obviously see underneath there, so that's what it's looking like. Whoa, what is going on with that? Oh, okay. Right. Clouds are on, yeah. Let's go with some interesting mysterious bluish greyish clouds somewhere there. Right, interface, we go with deep blue, and then solid surface. Yeah, okay, let's go with again, just sort of dark. Let's go with like a dark sort of brownish, swampy, dirty look to it. Maybe a bit of grey in there as well. A little too much water, gonna lower that. That green is standing out way too much for my liking. That has got to be dimmed down a lot. Or maybe we go with white, green, and then at the bottom we go with like a brownish shade. How's that look? Clouds off. Ooh, don't really see much though. So maybe we make this the brown then. Yeah. Okay. So there's brown, and then this I'll make the green shade. Oh, that's interesting. We make this green as well. So the low elevation is very, yeah, looks very weird, this one. It's a very mysterious design to it, but we'll roll with it. Let's add some water back. Fill those areas up. What is going on with this? What is that all about? We'll put it up to 40 degrees. And add some water. Oh, hang on. Oh, we're losing material. Hang on, what we need to do to Titania. I think I forgot to do it. Oh, did I change the radius instead of the mass? Oh. No, we're going to start from scratch. Let's replace the new Titania. I think I messed it up. I think I changed the. I think I did the radius instead of the mass again. Oh man, Titania. We use the old custom one. Why not? Custom variant of Titania. This is years old. This one is. It's losing material already. Oh. Control D. Okay, what we need to do to you then? No, that can't be right. It can't be zero. No, that's not right. How large should Titania? I will use this old template, but how large should Titania be? Because that's wrong. That's definitely wrong. Okay, Titania. Where are we? It should be. Which is the correct Titania? 0.1. Oh, it is 0.124 Earths. Okay, oh, forgive me, I was wrong. So it should be 0.124. Maybe I did do it right then. I don't know. 0.124. Okay, we're going to lock that. Now it's the mass. We need the mass is what we want. So we'll put that up to, yeah, 0. Is the largest moon, 0.185. Okay. Right, so we've got an old classic variant of Titania here. So let's see what this has in store underneath these clouds. What is underneath this surface? I think this is a modded atmosphere as well. So it's got a custom sort of preset to it, which is really cool. That's custom, that is. So I'm going to roll with it. And then down here, how are we looking? CC lights are on. We'll go over like a nice purple shade. So we're going to a whole different look to what we had originally planned. And then surface. Infrared all the way up, of course. That's going to 100. 905 ATM. I'll put that back to 1. And then albedo off. I'm going to put you straight to 15 degrees. And then add some water. But hey, right, okay. Let's just find the sweet spot. Get our land back. I think this has a custom texture on it as well. I'm not sure. It looks to me like it has a Pluto texture or land map on it. So, could be some interesting looks here. Okay. Right. Water. We're going to go with a mysterious purpley shade. So, underneath that purpley atmosphere, we've also got some purpley water. Just looking pretty fab. Like an indigo-y shade of water, something like that. What do you think of that? That's a little too bright. I mean, default water, more of a purpley shade. Yeah, more of an indigo-y purple. How about that? Interface, purple. Atmosphere back on. Where's our clouds gone? Pasty. Yeah, okay. Wispy clouds. And let's go with turbulent. Yeah. Okay. Alright, and then lastly, surface colours. Let's see what we've got planned here. The purple is interesting. I do like using a mix of purple occasionally. Purple and green with white at the top. How does that look underneath? Oh, that green is overkill. Look at that. Yeah, this is definitely a Pluto texture, I think, originally. Okay. That green has got to go. That is way too much. Like a greyish purple shade. We'll go with greyish purple. And the green has got to go. Fade out a bit. And white on the top, I think. Yeah, slightly different design. It's a bit of a weird one, that is, actually. We'll go over, just make it look a little more earthly. We'll go with like a nice set of blue clouds with that atmosphere underneath. There you go. That's a very bizarre one, a very interesting build. But we're going to roll with that. Titania. Okay. And then lastly, Oberon. It's the last of the Uranus set of moons. So we're going to see how this, how we come up with this one. So, again, what we need to do, first of all, albedo's off. And then atmosphere, we'll go straight to 1 ATM. And then infrared all the way up. And then this goes to 1000. Oh, I really wish we could go higher. Hang on, did I put Titania at 1000? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it is. Okay, right. So Oberon. Okay. Maybe we keep it as the thick blue. Maybe we just keep it the way it was out of the box. Why not? And then underneath, we can have it as an all-ocean world. I'm going to go with that. Just have something a little different. So radius, yeah, we need to put this to density. We're going to lock that. We're going to go straight up to something reasonable, somewhere there. Okay, and then we're going to go all ocean. Just a nice all ocean design. So fully covered. Yeah, I need to play the simulation a bit just to. Okay, and then just so we can see a tiny bit, something like that. Well, it is an all-thick ocean world, so there you go. And cloud colour. Do we want to change the cloud colour? Light blue streaks, maybe. Fluff, we've got thick clouds. So this is like our Titan Venus variant out in this part of the solar system. So Oberon, done. Gonna roll nice and simple for you. And again, nice simple trail colour. Right, there we go. So that's Uranus's set of moons. We've gone a little different this time, but maybe things change as you get far away from the sun and there's not really much energy anymore. Maybe things work a little differently. It's all fantasy at the end of the day, so we can always go something a little different. Just going to increase Uranus's look. So how are we looking at Uranus, the main planet, the main star of the show here? So are we happy with that? Because I'm not sure I am. I'm not buying the colours. I think we need more. A little more green in there. Let's try do that. Something like that, maybe. Maybe Uranus has more of a white, snowy look to it. And maybe the ocean's on Uranus. Maybe we still roll with that original sort of Uranus shade of blue. So something like that, like the pale. Maybe it has like frozen ice water. Maybe it looks like it has frozen ice water, so it really sort of stands out a bit. So what the hell does that look? Contrast. No, we'll leave that alone. That still looks pretty Uranus-like to me, I'd say. And then we've got the clouds. So we've got fluffy and turbulent. I'll go with turbulent on both, actually. See how that... There's a little more going on. So I'm quite liking that. I think the ocean colour just really makes it look more like Uranus again. So it still has that sort of Uranus blue to it. And it's also got a gritty green on. Yeah, I'm going to roll with that. Then we have Miranda. So you're nice and basic, just all ocean. Ariel, next moon. Again, this one was pretty. I like the way that one came out. I think that one looks really good the way it came out. It just looks fresh, looks nice. You got a nice sort of blue atmosphere rolling with it. I'm gonna go a little more of a slightly deeper blue shade from the aerial. Okay. Then so we had Umbriel. So this is the green swamp-like design. So again, a whole different look to it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Looking underneath, there you go. So it's a very sort of murky green. It's fine with me. City lights will go with green. So the murky green design. Yep. Not too many city lights on it anyway. Umbriel. Then we had Titania, the largest of Uranus's moons. Not sure if it is now, but there it is. So again, this one's a whole different look to it. So remember, it has that thick atmosphere, which was modified in the game. I'm going to keep it with that sort of... I want it to still have that sort of bright white glow to it. So Titania, a very strange world. Maybe like Titan in some aspects. So that sort of hidden ocean underneath. And that's what it looks like underneath. So it's got the purple oceans as well. So a very mysterious ocean world there. So there's Titania. It's nice purple. And then lastly, we have Oberon. Down here. And this is the all-ocean world as well. So another all-ocean world. So there you go. So that is the Uranus system, or the Uranian system, I should say. The Uranian system colonized. So what do you think of that? A whole different sort of design to Saturn and Jupiter's moons, I'd say. But speaking of Saturn, I just want to go back and just have a peek. So Saturn's frozen. Now let's see. It's minus 271. Okay. Albedo, go away. Right, and then again here. Oh, hey, what's this all about? 1 ATM, yeah. We're gonna sort of, I think a lot of people were saying in the comments that big rocky planets are very glitchy. So this is probably the reason, this is probably what's happened. So if I pull it to 40, does that just do, yeah, it does that nonsense again. Very, very frustrating. And what is going on with the moons? Oh, God. I think Saturn's moons have had a bit of a riot. Where's Mimas gone? Mimas! What's happened to Mimas? Where's Mimas? Oh dear. Okay. So Saturn is the glitchiest of them all. Very, very mysterious why it is. So what we'll do is we'll do some quick fixes. And what I'll do is I'll fix this in between episodes. But we'll just do a quick, like we did with Uranus. And what we did was we expanded them out. So for instance here, Mimas, we're going to put you back where you belong. Get rid of all of this eccentric nonsense. Enceladus, same with you. We're going to get rid of that. Just completely get out of here. We do not want any of that in-house site. Next up was, where's Tethys? So Tethys has had a massive bend. It should be Tethys then Dione. So I'm going to put Tethys back where it belongs. Get rid of the eccentricity. So completely just 0. Get out of here. Dione. And I think it's just those moons, isn't it? And then the other one's Titan, Rhea. Okay, so Rhea should be before Titan. So we'll quickly put you to 0. So just doing a bit of housekeeping here. Right, and then as you can see, it's quite packed up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to double out some of our orbits. So Dione. So something like that, I think. And then Tethys again, same with you. Mimas and Enceladus should be okay where they are, actually. So we may not need to go that far out. But I think, yeah, Tethys, somewhere there. Dione, again, maybe a little closer. So with colonization, we've had to expand some orbits. Then Rhea. Don't know how that's swapped with Titan, but there we go. So lower Rhea down a bit. And I'll put you to there. I hope Jupiter's moons have behaved. I think they should be fine, because Jupiter's still a pretty dominant object where it is. So, yeah, I'd be very surprised. And Iapetus is the only one that's behaved itself out of everyone's way. So, where are we? Where's it? Am I gone blind? Orbit. There it is, 0. So Titan, yeah, we need to double you up a lot. So somewhere there. Okay, so that should keep Saturn's moons under control. I don't know why Saturn looks like this. Maybe it just has volcanic activity on it. Maybe there's our reason. So yeah, Saturn's got some seriously dangerous volcanoes on it, and that's why the reason it looks like this. So there's your hidden backstory, everyone. So there's Saturn's mysterious looks. Next up, we have got Jupiter. So I'm just hoping Jupiter's moon should be okay, surely. Yeah, as always, Jupiter is a very, very nice, comfortable world. Looking good. I really like the way Jupiter turned out. But yeah, there we are. So we'll come back to that at a later episode. 25 degrees. So yeah, Jupiter is the last planet that really works. And all the other ones is sort of going a little bizarre. But there we go. So that's Uranus' set of moons done. So that leaves us with the last planet, Neptune, next. Now this is going to be a very, very big challenge, I think. We'll probably do Neptune and Pluto stuff all together. But if Uranus can't hold on to temperature where Uranus is, well, Neptune's another billion miles further out than Uranus. At 30 AU from the sun, so that's another 10 AU as well. It's going to be a challenge. Now, if anyone knows any way to warm these guys up more than I already have, please let me know in the comments. But as far as I know, I don't think I can do much more than I've done. But yeah, please, any feedback, stuff in the comments, let me know down below, please. But yeah, with that all said and done, guys, a massive thank you for watching today's video. And if you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more. Helps on the journey to 24,000 subscribers. And with that all said and done, guys, make sure you have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.